And the thing about it is that regardless of whatever negativity might be coming your way, that's not who you are. Who you are is a positive person. Who you are is a great person. You're amazing. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. You're unique. You're royalty, which is my favorite.
Hi Kings and Queens, welcome to The Work Within. I'm Diamond Simon.
And I'm Samini Iman. Today we're going to be talking about affirmations and why they're important. Let's talk about it. So the other day I came across this quote that said, "Don't let the biggest enemy be between your ears" by Billy Laird. And it was so profound when I found it because it made me realize that growing up, a lot of times we weren't taught how to talk to ourselves. And then when you have like the internal pressures, the negativity that's going on in your mind, your negative self-talk, and then you have the external pressures, you start to build things like depression and anxiety. When if we learn how to talk to ourselves at a younger age, by the time we become adults, we know how to combat all that negativity that's out there because we practice self-love, which can happen in the form of affirmations.
So the thing about affirmations that really fascinates me is that it can be scientifically proven, it can be biblical. When you speak positively to yourself, you're training your brain to look for the positive, you're speaking it over your life, you're attracting positive things. So any way you look at it, it's good.
Yeah, so, if you could, share a time when you realized that affirmations were important and how they affected your life at that time.
Okay. One thing that I always talk about, my current job right now, it's at a corporate office. So, of course, going into it, I'm like, oh my gosh, the day of my job interview, I'm like, it's corporate. I don't know how this is going to work. And I talk to myself the whole time in the car. I'm like, you're confident, you're strong, they're gonna love you, they're gonna think you're this amazing person, this confident person that they want on their team. And I wasn't that. So, but I kept saying it over and over again. So when I got there, they loved me, and I didn't get the job the first time because they chose someone else, which I'm glad they did because I ended up working with her. But they actually called me back like, hey, are you still interested in the job? Even though you didn't get it the first time, we really want you on board. So they still thought about me, and they called me, and they really wanted me there. And I've had a promotion since then, and I've done all kinds of things with the company that I never thought I would have done. So it's because I speak affirmations over myself and how I want people to look at me. So.
And it's amazing too because it can be easy to get depressed about not getting the job the first time, and be like, oh well, I'm a bad person, I'm a horrible person because they didn't want me, and and that's not true. So I'm glad that you were still positive even after the fact, because ultimately they called you back. Which reminds me of a story when I was in Colorado. And I was working at Dish Network.
I was going to say DirecTV. Oh, no, Dish Network. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Not DirecTV, it's Dish Network.
Nobody has Dish Network anyway. But okay.
A lot of hating going on over here. But they decided to open up this chat team, and I knew that I wanted to be that. My coach at the time was trying to build me into being a coach, which was ultimately having my own team, being on the phones, and I knew for sure I did not want to do that. So I just went home. I took a picture of myself, and I put chat associate under it, and every time that I came home, I was giving myself affirmations. I'm like, you're amazing, you're great, they're gonna see that you're a wonderful worker, and you are gonna be on the chat team. I was like, I am, which by the way is the most amazing thing that you can say to yourself. Is I am. But I said I'm a chat associate, and I didn't care what anybody said. And ultimately there were two people that they were thinking of before me, and for some reason someone dropped out. Those two people could not be contacted or whatever, And then they're like, so do you want it? And I was like, absolutely. And then being in there and just being the type of person that I am, I moved up in that area too before I left. And I'm glad I did, actually. Actually, thinking back, so the last weekend we went to this show on the Strip and we met these amazing guys, Chuck and Trevor.
Oh.
Hey guys.
Hi.
And we were having this whole conversation about affirmations, which I thought was amazing. And there was a question that Chuck asked me that he was like, it has to do with my job. And it wasn't like, what do you do? It's something along the lines like, what are you currently doing or whatever. And I remember that Trevor came in and he was like, yeah, you don't say I'm an accountant if that's not what you want to be in life. You know, he's like, I'm currently doing accounting. And and then you speak into your life what you are. And I was like, you are amazing.
Yes.
And that spoke really big to me,
Yeah, and we attracted them, which is so crazy because we were talking about this show, talking about words of affirmation and what we would say in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then we attract these two successful guys. One's a nurse and the other one's a realtor, right?
Yeah.
Or he owns a real estate company.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, they start talking about affirmations and why they're important. And we didn't even ask them.
Yeah.
We attracted that to us because we were intentionally thinking about affirmations and why affirmations are important. So we attracted people that think that affirmations are important, and they told us why they're important. So they helped us, get our mind right for this show. So
yeah. And that's the other thing, like we were saying, like when you speak positive things over yourself, you will attract positive into your life. And so positive people, positive things. Something might happen, something that you've been waiting to happen, and then all of a sudden it appears. And and understand that nothing comes immediately. Like you might have a few things here and there that might pop up immediately, but your big stuff is going to take a while.
And even though, people say, oh, you're an overnight success, it's like, no, I've been working at this every day saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be successful. I got this. And then when it finally does happen, people start to notice. But you're like, nah, man, I've been working on this for months, telling myself I can do it. And then when it finally happened, everyone's like, oh my God. Like, you've been working on this that whole time,
Yeah. And sometimes it's even longer than months. It can be years as well. But the thing is that if you know that you are successful, you know that you're going to be successful. Like, you're going to put in the work. You're going to put in the grind because nothing comes for free. And you can say your affirmations and you can speak positivity over your life, but if you're not doing the work, it's not going to come. Right. And so, but it's while you're doing the work, while you're in the grind, while you have all of this resistance that's coming into your life, that you still push through. You're still like, I am successful. I'm going to make it. I'm amazing, and guess what? At the end of, I like to call it like the trial period. At the end of the trial period to prove to your higher power that this is something that you are sticking with, it's all going to be worth it.
Yep.
I feel like I am is your protective barrier against those things, because it's like someone can be like, oh, you're done, be like, I am not done. I'm smart.
Fantastic.
I am great, and
then too, you gotta, sorry, I didn't cut you out, but saying I am not dumb, it's like a double negative or something. So you want to say I am smart instead of, don't even put dumb in your vocabulary. Just say I am smart, whatever the opposite of what you don't want to portray is.
Right.
And that takes me back to some of the resources. The Power of I Am by Joel Osteen. I love that book. I've only listened to the audiobook. I never read the physical book, but it's really good and empowering. If you can, putting words of affirmation on your mirror, because that was like one of the oldest tricks in the book that I learned. You could put at the top like I am, and then all these words around it, and you just when you're getting ready in the morning, you're looking at these words and you're feeling it, and you're like, yes, I am beautiful, I'm confident, I'm strong, I am royalty, which is her word, and you just feel it, and you just reaffirm yourself every day, and it's always there for you to see it, and it's just good to affirm those things to yourself. Especially, like, I have an example. When me and my husband get into an argument, I go lock myself in the bathroom, I calm down, and I write on my phone. I could probably show you the list, but I write on my phone, I am strong, I am smart, I'm not going to let anybody get me down, and so on and so forth, and just the list. And then as soon as I walk out, I feel better. So he can still be in a funk all he wants to, but I'm good. I'm strong. I'm confident. I'm like, oh, you mad?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I want to say too, like, you don't necessarily have to do it in your bathroom mirror, which I think is a good place because you're going to be there all the time. But I know I have affirmations in my car.
Yeah.
And I actually put them on my windshield across the top. So if, I'm sitting in my car, say, things aren't really going right today, most likely because I haven't done my affirmations. And I'm sitting in my car, I can look up and I can see, the exact same things, like be confident even if you don't feel like you are. I have a picture of my family because they are my rock. And then I just, I have, like, I am worthy, I am beautiful, I am successful, things of that nature to remind me that I am who I am,
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that regardless of whatever negativity might be coming your way, that's not who you are. Who you are is a positive person. Who you are is a great person. You're amazing. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. You're unique. You're royalty, which is my favorite. And you are meant to accomplish so many great things. And all it takes is for you to realize it, to understand it, to believe it, and to speak that over yourself every day. And move towards it. Like I said, you still have to put in the work, but once the negativity starts, and anytime you try to do something great, there's always going to be negativity, there's always going to be resistance. And so affirmations are absolutely important once that time hits, for sure. And so
that's all we got.
I think that's all we got.
That's all she wrote.
So what I want from you guys is, let us know what type of affirmations you guys do. If you could put those in the comments, that would be fantastic.
Yes, give us some affirmations to add to our list that we can go over, that other people can go over.
Yeah,
and feel strong and confident every day.
Yeah, and then, tell us a story about a time when you used affirmations and it worked out positively for you. Well, until next time, we'll see you later. Bye, guys.
Bye. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. We love you. We appreciate you. If you like what you saw today, then make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Love ya.